Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha. Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha. Dhumaketurganadhyakshaha Phalachandro Gajananaha. Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambah Skandapurvajaha. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sativarnam Chaturbhujam. Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Yasyat Viradavakstradhya Parishadhya Parasatam. Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishwaksenam. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Namaha. Satchidananta Rupaya Karine
Namo Vedanta Vidyaya Buddhi Sakshine Krishna Dvaipayanam Yasam Sattvamuta Hiratam Vedabja
Bhaskaram Bande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Sahasramurte Purushottamasya Sahasranana Padabaho Sahasranamnam Savanam Prajastam Niruchyate Janmajaradishantyai. With Bhagavan's grace, let us continue where we left off last time. We came up to Pratapana, that is, Ojas Tejo Dhyutidhara Prakashatma Pratapanaha. Okay? The Vishnam, the heat that we see in the sun's light, and also the heat that is present in our life. That heat actually means purifies, isn't it? That is tapam. We think we are suffering, but actually the impurities are being eliminated, are being pulverized, really. That's what happens in any heat, isn't it? Right? And so, pratapanaha. Ruddhaspashtaksharo mantras chandram sur bhaskara dhyutihi. Now, Ruddhaspashtaksharo mantraha chandram sur bhaskara dhyutihi. Ruddhaha. Okay. Spashtaksharaha. Mantraha chandramsuhu bhaskara dhyutihi. Yeah. Now, Ruddhaha. Ruddham, we say when we develop vairagyam, when we develop dharmic behavior, dharmic conduct, and if we become dharma itself, the vairagyam itself, see how beautiful even to imagine and conceive of that, isn't it? Now, the strength that comes from it, the gunas, that aspect of it is Ruddhaha. Ruddhaha. Okay? So, he is paripurnam with those qualities of dharma, of vairagyam, of jnanam, and all those. Ruddhaha. Spashta aksharaha, spashtaksharaha. See, akshara mantram is omkaram. Okay? Now, both Sankara Bhagavad as well as Parasara Bhattar, they enjoy this slightly differently. Both are very supreme, very sublime experiences. So, the whole cosmos, prapancham has come out of omkaram. So, that is Spashtaksharaha. Okay? And in Veda Mantram, there are three swarams: Udatam, Anudatam, and Saritam. Okay? Then Dirgha Saritam is a modification of Saritam. And Udatam means the note that is at the center. Anudatam is one note below and Saritam is one note above. So Omkaram is Udata Mantram. It comes as straight, right? From there, the whole prapancham has come about. So one who is present in the form of this Omkaram, right? That is Spashtaksharaha. Another one is obviously the moment we talk about Omkaram, we immediately think of Vedas. Obviously, it's a natural thought that comes. And the entity, the Bhagavan that the Veda Mantrangal reveal, not only point to, but they also reveal. Yes, Chandasam Rishabho Viswarupaha Chandobhyo Dhyamrutat Sambhabhuva. Let's say that, right? Not only he is the Rishabha of all the Veda Mantrangal, but the leader, but they reveal, one who is revealed by the Veda Mantras. That is also Spashtaksharaha. Obviously, next one is Mantraha. The Mantraha is one whose Mantra Vigraham is what Swami says beautifully, on the Prasida Visvesvari, Visvaprasida, Prasida Visvesvari, Vedarupini, Prasida Visvesvari, Mantra Vigrahe, Prasida Visvesvari, Visvaprasida. That's a prayer. So, Mantra Vigraham, the one who is in the form of these mantras, that is Bhagavan. That is Bhagavan himself. And that is a formless, but it's appearing. Now, when we hear any Veda mantras, any mantras that is recited with love, with bhavam, what happens? It takes you somewhere else. What is there? There is no form, but that presence is mantraha. Okay? And that is why the word mantra, etymologically, it means mananam, prayateti, iti, mantraha. Right? So, mantraha, etymologically, that's what it means. Because that's a form of Bhagavan in Bhagavan itself. Bhagavan himself is there, the form of mantra. So, naturally, he will release you from all bondages, take you across. Right? So, mantraha. Chandram suhu. Chandram suhu, we can experience it even now. When you go to a full moon light, we may be all externally, we may be smiling and whatever else, but internally, we all have our own mental agitations, right? And worries and so abhilasha. So many things are there going through. It's not a peaceful equilibrium. But in spite of all that, if you happen to go under a full moon or just walk on the streets and enjoy the full moon, what happens? There is a cooling effect. Isn't it? Where does it come from? That is Bhagavan. That is Chandram Suhu. Chandram Suhu. Okay? So that is why Rasa Leela took place, for full moon day, and so it's beautiful. And so there's a divine presence there, isn't it? That we all can experience even in our limited form. Chandram Suhu. Bhaskara Dhyutihi. As we saw before, Dhyuti Dharha. Dhyuti means something that is extremely prakasam, highly effulgent. Bhaskara is the sun. So the one who gives effulgence to the effulgence of the sun, one who is shining as the sun itself, we can picture it that way. Bhagavan is the one who is shining as the sun. Okay? Amritam Sud Bhavaha. Now, when we talk about Chandran, we feel very cool. Where did this Chandran come from? From our mind only, isn't it? Huh? Purusha Suktam says that is Hiranyagarbha's mind. Because of that aspect of Chandran that manifested itself from the cosmic mind, right? So in order to spread this coolness, because there is tabangal going on, right? At the same time, you need to cool also, right? That is Amrutam Suddhavaha. Another one is, the interesting thing is Amrita comes there. So the Amritam is the one when we know about the Tirupar that ocean, milk ocean churning and all that, right? Different things came out, right? In certain order. That's very important to understand. Amritam comes only at the end, right? And but before that, several things came in addition to poison and all that. But one of the things that came, manifested, was Chandran. Okay, it simply means this Parkadal is that agitations, that churning that's going on in our mind. The mind, the churning that constantly going on between the pull of the so-called non-beneficial pull and the beneficial pull. Isn't it? That's going on all the time. And that churning creates many things. It manifests many things. Right? One of them is Chandran, okay, which is really a reflection of my own mind. Right? So that aspect of Bhagavan is Amritam Sud Bhavaha. Amritam Sud Bhavaha. Okay? Bhanuhu. Okay? And Bhanuhu, immediately we think Bhanu means Surya and something like that. But Bhanu means Swayam Prakasam. That is self-effulgence. All the effulgences come only from this effulgence. It's self-effulgence. Okay, that aspect of we have covered this many times before. Not only the effulgence of the sun, even the effulgence of the darkness, effulgence of the thought, effulgence of the awareness that I am. Right? Everything. That Swayam Prakasam. That is aspect is Bhanuhu. Now, then Sasubendhur Sureswara. Okay. Ruddha Spashtaksharo Mantra Chandram Surbhaskara Dudhihi Amritam Sudbhavo Bhanuhu Shasa Bindhus Sureswaraha Shasa Binduhu Sura Iswaraha Shasa Binduhu. Again, here the aspect of Chandran is being covered. What is, when we look at Chandra and then we go through, we don't, but that is Bhagavan is protecting us how, because Chandran creates all the, what they call the medicinal plants. You know, the moonlight is very important for certain types of plants. Sun is very important for certain types of plants. Moonlight is important for certain other types of plants. Without that, especially these medicinal plants, they all thrive in moonlight. Through that, the Poshika, Poshanam, okay, this Poshanam means Mrs. Banu asked a long time ago, Poshanam and then Asrayam, there are two different aspects. Okay, Poshanam means all the protection we require to live in this world after having been born. That is Poshanam. But Asrayam is the aspect of protection that gives protection to protection itself. Asraya is the one that protects me from all dangers and all detours that I'm taking and brings me back home. Okay? That is so two different aspects. The Asraya aspect is with Parabrahma. That is not delegated. But Poshanam aspect is delegated to many other entities. Whether we call it Surya or Chandran or Mahalakshmi or Saraswati, whatever, right? Right? But the Asraya aspect, that is the one that gives protection to everything, that which is the final getting back home aspect. Okay? So now here, so the Sasabinduhu is then who is present as Chandran, and again does that Poshanam, the protection aspect to all the beings, not only human beings. There are so many jantukals, so many animals and so many other beings that also require, dependent upon the Chandran to live, isn't it? So that aspect, how Bhagavan is manifesting there is Sasa Binduhu. Sureswaraha, his meaning is very clear. We say Sura means Devas, only Iswara, the Lord of all that. But Sura also means any tendency that does benefit. The beneficial tendencies that we all have. When Bhagavan takes avataram, it's not just physically he's killing someone and moving away. No. That's very transitory. He's coming there, the Paritranaya Sadhana Vinasayacha Dushkrutam. See, it is not Dushtargal, the Dushkrutam. That means the tendencies that make you do all the evil activities. That's the one that gets eradicated. That's the one that gets pulverized and gets eliminated, right? So that aspect, the opposite of that is there are tendencies that want make you to do good things, beneficial things, not only for yourself. Anything I do for myself is not good. But when I have a tendency to do good for others, even though I may not know whether it is good for them or not, but the tendency that I live for the welfare of others, for the well-being of others, right? And that itself will protect me and make sure that you do the right thing, right? And that, who's protecting that, who's nourishing that, who's making it grow and strengthening within you, that aspect is Sureshwaraha. Okay? So Bhagavan is extremely personal. It's not elsewhere. It's not somewhere out there. All these are all present in us. The same aspect of Bhagavan, whatever we are talking of, every aspect is present in us in that aspect. So we are being taught, hey, look, Bhagavan is there with you. I am here with you. Right? Aushadam, Sureshwaraha, Aushadam, Jagadhasetuhu, Sathya Dharma, Parakramaha, Aushadam. Aushadam means immediately we think medicine. When immediately in our limited mind, we always think medicines related to the body first, illnesses of the body. That's how it comes. And then if we wait for a second, maybe we may think, oh, illnesses of the mind. Okay, that might happen also, right? But Aushadam is the one, that's also true because there is a curative aspect in all those. But the curative aspect is Bhagavan, is Aushadam. But he is the one who gives the medicine for this vyadi, the illness called the samsara rogam, as we say, right? Where why I'm caught, ultimately I'm caught in this bondage because of desires for things other than Bhagavan. So he is the one who takes me through the journey and removes my desires for anything other than Bhagavan. That the moment I desire something other than Bhagavan, that becomes a disease. So it has to be cured. That power is only with him. That aspect of Bhagavan, Bhagavan gives a very long rope. Literally, he gives a very long rope. He's very firm. He's a disciplinarian, but his also heart is soft like a butter. So he gives tremendous long rope. He gives. First time I make a mistake, he forgives it. Chama, no. Bhagavan looks at it, okay, he did it without knowing. If I make the same mistake second time, then he employs that rule. I have to pay the price for it. So I have to learn. So in that process of teaching, continuously teaching, as Nataraja Swami says, that Nataraja is a cosmic dancer. He is the one who's teaching every one of us how to dance. The dance steps are being taught by him. So till I learn the dance step, every step, he says, only I know the difficulty I go through in teaching you, each one of you this. So till I learn that, so then he's persistent. Then through that process of teaching and making me learn, then I go back the right way, back to the lotus feet. That curative aspect is, then samsara rogam is taken care of, right? So that is Aushadam. Aushadam Jagata Setuhu. Jagataha Setuhu. Jagata means, we know what it means. Setu means immediately we know. Setu Bandhanam, right? All those things we know. Setu means bridge, right? Now to cross over, right? But here to cross over the samsara sagaram. So he is the one who is building the bridge also to take us across, right? So Aushadam, through that curative, that medicine, is also providing us a bridge. These are all nothing but, as Kulasekara was teaching us, nothing but Bhagavan lotus feet, bhakti towards that. That is the Aushadam, that is the Setu Bandhanam, that is everything is that. Okay? So it's only Bhagavan's Nama, right? That is the bridge. That is the medicine. You understand? So that is Setu, Aushadam Jagadas Setuhu. Okay, Jagata, right? You understand the meaning. So Samsara Sagaram, to cross that over. Sathya Dharma Parakramaha. That is very fairly clear. Parakramam means non-dependency. That's very important. When I am not dependent on anything, what do I become? That aspect is parakramam. Only Bhagavan has that. And that is because Sathya is a parakramam. Sathya does not depend on anything. Satyam. Dharmam that does not depend on anything. Satya Dharma Parakramaha. He is the one who is manifesting the unmanifested, the love, the prema. Prema is Satyam. What does prema depend upon? Everything else depends on it, isn't it? So that is Satya Dharma Parakramaha. Okay? Ruddhas Prashtaksharo Mantras Chandram Bhaskara Dhyutihi Amritam Sudbhavo Bhanur Sasabindu Sureswaraha Aushadham Jagatas Setuhu Satya Dharma Parakramaha. So we will stop with that today with Swami's grace. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.